You are about to hear My Life in the Red Army by Fred Virski, narrated by Kevin Waits. Copyright 2019, BN Publishing online at bnpublishing.com. Author's Note. In order to protect the security of persons mentioned in this book, and particularly those among them who were my friends, I have sometimes changed their names and the names of places, as well as the numbers of regiments and divisions. These are the only liberties I have deliberately taken with the fact. My Life in the Red Army by Fred Virski, narrated by Kevin Waits. Part 1, Chapter 1. The day was so foggy that standing at the trolley car station, I couldn't read the letters of the posters on the opposite corner of the street. In the trolley, I heard rumors that a regular draft had been announced for 3 age groups, 19, 20, and 21. Mine was the last. I was too sleepy to think about it, and too worried about getting to the factory by 6 o'clock. At that time, being a few minutes late could mean a 30% reduction of salary for 3 to 12 months. This was 1940, and today was the beginning of September. I had exceptional luck with my trolley connections that day. On Walihetsmansky Boulevard, I immediately caught my car and, luxuriously sitting on the bumper, reached my factory on Zamarstanov Street in Poland. The night watchman, old Nicholas, was sitting at the control switchboard, a Soviet innovation, in the janitor's booth. Although the clock indicated only 20 minutes to 6, most of our metal tags were already hanging on their hooks. This switchboard had a glass window which could be locked, and at 6, old Nicholas had the duty of locking and lead sealing it. The old man used to get so excited when the clock pointed to 6 and some tags were still on the table, that sometimes he would risk the grave offense of not sealing the board until 6:10, or even worse. He would put the tag in its place on the hook, figuring that a given worker would be only a few minutes late and that perhaps he would be able to slip in unseen, using the side entrance. It was old Nicholas's luck never to be unsuccessful in this procedure. Right after me came Putzer, who had once been the loader on the truck I drove. "Well, Virski," roared his bass voice, "you'll be a soldier and sing," the Russian military song, "Katyusha," to us on the streets. "Don't you worry," I said indignantly. "Before you see me in a Bolshevik uniform, a lot of water will flow down the Peltiv. After all, they cannot take me. I'm a refugee, and I have no passport." Putzer scratched his head. "Maybe you're right, but I have a feeling that you'll be a Krasnomiety," a Red Army soldier. From the janitor's booth, we went toward the courtyard. On the stairs, we met the director, a 22-year-old Russian boy with his hands in his pockets and his cap on the back of his head. His pants did not reach his ankles. His dirty, creased coat hung on him like a bag. One had to admit that he was an honest man. Nearly all the other directors and commissars brought or requisitioned heaps of clothes for themselves. He belonged to those few who looked with disdain at bourgeois suits, and with a kind of pride, worthy of a better cause, wore the rags brought from inside Russia. "Good day, Tovarish Director," Putzer and I greeted him, touching our caps. He muttered. "Virski," he turned to me. "At 10 o'clock we shall go to register the new car." I nodded and spat, thinking I would have to drive the damned jalopy to the city. Putzer and I separated. He to the storehouse to get instructions for the day, and I to the garage. Thus began a fresh day of the new Soviet reality in which we had already lived a year. A week later, the blanks from the drafting commissions arrived. I found out that in the spring of 1940 that they had taken the age groups 1909-10-11 of the Polish Army Reserve for a kind of training. People with even one member of their family on the other side, i.e. under German occupation, were not accepted for this training, as they were considered unreliable or simply suspect. I, therefore, as a native of Krakow, with my family dispersed all over the world, should not have been subject to the draft. Unlike almost all Lvov residents who had been forced to apply for papers, I did not have a Soviet passport. The
Sample complete. Ready to continue?